Thank you for coming out on an unusually dark morning, as some of you will have noticed. My 14-year-old certainly did. I'm Tony Marks. I'm the president of the New York Public Library, and it's my pleasure and honor to welcome you this morning for a great conversation about the current state of New York's public libraries and the great future ahead for those libraries. So first, I want to thank the Center for Urban Futures for doing an amazing report. In particular, David, who you're going to hear from, and Jonathan, who you're going to hear from, all their colleagues, the trustees of CUF, as we've come to lovingly call it. I don't know whether that's what you all call it. It's just been amazing to see the city rallying around its beloved libraries. When I got here about a year and a half ago, one of the things I noticed is everyone loves the library, and people seem to take it for granted. It's sort of part of the furniture of New York. And that, I think, is part of why we've seen close to a 20% reduction in discretionary city funding for the libraries. Of course, that is due to financial constraints on the city. The mayor, the city council work tirelessly on behalf of their libraries, and yet our structural situation is a difficult one, made all the more difficult by the fact that demand for the library couldn't be higher. Particularly in times of economic distress, New Yorkers come to their libraries in record numbers. Just in the last 4 or 5 years, we've seen attendance, what we call butts and seats, up remarkably, circulation up remarkably, electronic circulation, programs, everything up really remarkably. Just go to any of our libraries if you haven't, or go to this one after today's program, and you'll see every seat filled with New Yorkers hungering for every kind of idea and information, both to ingest it and to create the next generation of it. New York is, after all, the capital of the information age. Our mayor has made sure that that will continue into the future. And given that this is the age in which information makes all the difference, nothing could be more powerful for positioning the city for a great future. That means we need to think very hard about the future of the libraries. We think of that as a partnership certainly of the great 3 public library systems in New York, who are here today. Linda from the Brooklyn Public Library, Tom, I saw coming in somewhere, from Queens. And we work tirelessly to work together to provide everything we can for this city and for people who come from around the world to use these libraries. Again, the challenges are great. The needs are great. We're here this morning to brainstorm together because this is not just an issue for the library professionals, but is an issue of pressing concern to all New Yorkers, to the private sector, to the philanthropic sector, to the government sector, all of whom are here today for exactly that reason. So we have some great work to do in brainstorming together this morning, and then, of course, great work to do in the years ahead. I want to thank you again for joining us for this conversation, for participating, I hope vigorously, so that we can get great ideas out on the table and build on the great work of our colleagues at CUF. And at that, let me stop and ask Jonathan to welcome you as well. Jonathan Bowles, the Executive Director.